Okay, friends, this is Crew back. I just want to say hello to everyone out there. I'm getting ready to go into Farming Simulator. I'm going to be joining in on a map that I started several months ago, actually. So it won't be a brand new start to a map. I'm going to download a new map at some point in the mods. I want to go something maybe like, I don't know, I'm thinking English kind of setting, because those maps seem to be really cool. But I just wanted to go in and do something a little different. I haven't been on this game actually for a while. Let me just see where I'm at here real quick first and get some of these things going. Alright, so I'm going to hire a worker for him to cultivate that field. And what do we have here? We had some seeding going on. Nope, sorry, fertilizing. So let's just get him in position. He can finish fertilizing this here. Alright, hire a worker. Nope, actually he only had that little bit to do. Let me get him on this field. There we go. Now he can fertilize. There's nothing to do there. This is my new, let me just back out here so you get a better angle. So this is my new creation. I'm just going to make this area here. This was actually a farm. And what I did was when I purchased it, you guys are familiar with this map. So this is the farm to start off with. You get some fields over there. This field here. What I did was purchase this farm, and the way this farm is originally in the game, it's kind of like a triangle shape, and when I first bought it, I was just going to cut it to make it more square or rectangle, but I wound up having to cut back so much into the field that it became a really tiny field. So I don't even think I was able to get this much, or maybe just that much on the field. And that's really small in comparison to the other fields. And I said, you know what? Why don't I just make this a solar field? So I'll put all the solar panels. I'll gradually, as I buy them, just fill up this field. I'll decorate it with some fences and maybe drop a building in here, just to give it a nice look. But just to show an advancement, I'm gradually going to drop solar panels along that edge. Maybe go 2 rows, 3 rows out, and then on the other edge over there, I'll connect the road to it, put like a little driveway going into it. And, I'll bring in a lot of money doing that. So that was my purpose for that. I didn't really want to just make it a farm just for the sake of it being a farm. I wasn't really into that field. Just wasn't feeling that field. It's a starter field maybe, but I don't need to have it as a starter field right now. But it'll be good because it'll probably bring me, well, not probably, it'll definitely bring me more income once I get some more solar panels up over there. If you take a look in the top right corner, you'll see my coin. I'm over $1 million. I'm at a point now where I don't like to keep too much less than $1 million at all times. I might dip down to 750,000, from time to time. But I like to keep it at that $1 million mark and then go up from there and then buy what I need to buy down to that $1 million mark. Just for, I don't know, let's say there's a day that there's field that's on sale, or I want to go and do some quest for a field. Then once I'm done the quest, let's say I do enough and I get a reduction on the field, that field costs about 150, 200,000. I want to buy it. I don't want to wait. So from this point on, I don't dip below that $1 million mark too much. I'm just going to drive around the the farm real quick. For those of you out there who have started the game in the past and have played it, that you know essentially what the starter map is. You have the 2 starter maps. If you went on this one, you know what the farm looks like. But what I'll do is just take you around real quick and show you what we did on ours. I made some modifications. So this is your main area. Over here you have your home. You'll start off. You'll have your truck and drive there. This holding facility will be there. This little. Now it's been a while. I forget what they actually call this building. I think you can get that building in your miscellaneous or other menu. But that's there. This area I changed. So all of this here, if I remember correctly, may have been grass. But I put the fence up in the back here. I laid the asphalt down, or concrete, I forget which one that was. And then I also put up this repair station. When you buy all your equipment, most of them now you can modify tires, front loader, color, and I just do it here so I don't have to drive back and forth to the shop. And you get a little bit of a reduction here, if I'm not mistaken. So, some things you get for free, but first time around, you still have to pay. But after that, I don't think you do. This housing unit is there when you start the game. Right now, I love this one for the part of in the back. See in the back there how it's open? And the one on that left side there is closed. These open ones are great because you can drive your tractor with your hookup just straight through the back, unhook, and it's right in position. The ones that are closed, obviously, you have to back them in. And it takes a little skill to get through there to get it accurately, but you can do that. You know, that's fine. This here I added, that's for hay. Drop hay in there, and then I can funnel it out through that tube at the top, and then bring it to wherever I want to take it. And then back here, this is originally a field when you first get into the game. I've used the field when I first started just to get my income, and then when I was able to go ahead and purchase things, I purchased the greenhouses, put up this fence, put the trees here I placed that are on the corners. I put this little gravel road right here, put these 2 gazebos in, and then greenhouses I put there. And this back part of the field, I have some orchard situation going on here. I was going to fill this whole field with the trees, just alternate between apple and orange, but you have to water those things every single day. I mean, every single day. And it was really just getting to a point where I was getting tired of doing, and that's just the 2 rows. And I was, it's just a simple little thing with me. I was just getting tired of it. I did put a water tower here to make it easier. The return on the food is not as high as I had hoped. So, excuse me, I do apologize. It wasn't as high as I had hoped, so with what you have to do to maintain them, I know it's not a huge deal just driving the tank over there and letting it fill up with water. But for me personally, it just became a nuisance. So I just went ahead and left the 2 rows, the rest is grass. And then what we do here is, let me just go down and around. Sorry if I sound like I'm yawning on here. It's after 10. I've been up since 6 o'clock this morning. I was at work today. Put like a 9-hour day in. It's getting late, but we're hanging in there. Alright, so this is where your sheep go. When you start to buy sheep, you can transport them to this farm. You have to have an animal transporter that early in the game. You're not going to have that unless you know, won't spend a ton of money on that. And you have it, and so be it. Or you can have them deliver the animals for a small fee. Doesn't look like it, but there's 100 sheep. I have a water, I'll show you here, I got a water dispenser right there, because they do go through water and food regularly. You have to keep those full. And once you get enough money you can buy, you can just leave those things at the site. I leave my other tractor, I leave this bucket, and I have this here, I believe is it's my bale carrier. I forget the name of that, I'm sorry. Here's my forklift piece attachment. And I keep this tractor here so I can just I use a Xbox One controller. I can just use the D-pad, hit left on the D-pad, cycle through my units, and then once I get here, I can back him up, hook that up, and then pick up the wool, and then take the wool over to this tractor, this trailer, and then just load it up. When that gets full, take it over to the spinnery, and you get a lot of money for that, especially early in the game when you really need a lot of money to get some better equipment. That comes in really handy. It's well worth buying that trailer and getting as many sheep as you can. And you know what I just noticed, if you look off in the distance here, I have a full, wow, look at that. I had no idea that was, oh, you know what, I do remember now. I totally forgot. So, I tried one time to load up. I was in the tractor, and I was loading up here, and as I moved the forks up, it hit the edge of the trailer, and when I backed up, it almost like a catapult, you know, the pressure of moving my forklift up and it catching on the bottom of the trailer, when I moved away and it finally freed that up, it launched that into the sheep's pen, and I cannot get it out. So, if anybody knows how I can do that, please message it at the bottom. But, oh my gosh, that's funny, I totally forgot. That was early on when I started playing, too. I forgot that was even there. That's hilarious. Alright, so like I said, I keep stuff here so that when I tab through on the D-pad, I don't have to drive all the way over here and get the water hook up. I keep everything here. I can clean the farm, I can feed them, I can give them their water, and feed. What I did was, this building down here you don't get on the game at the start. I purchased it and placed it, and I started to load up on grass and wheat. That's forgive me for not knowing the name again. I'm just getting back on this game for a long time. It's been a real long time. I played, when I first started playing this a few months back, I was playing every single day. It's a really fun game to play. I love it a lot. And you can see when I first started stacking, I was having some issues backing up the loader, and I just left those the way they were because I was getting frustrated. Then I came back a couple days later, tried again, and then started to get a little bit better. So the reason why each of the units is not full completely, I just wanted to spread it out so that there was some in each of the bins. But over time, I will get them and fill them up. That first one that's messed up a lot, I'm just going to leave that one. And then when it empties out, I'll fill it and make it neater. I do like the stuff on my farm to be neat and organized. So having that there like that does drive me a little crazy, but we'll get through it. Now I want to show you, and all this stuff too is completely like this road here. This road is much more narrow when you first start the game. I widened it myself to give it a little bit more of a brown look. It was too much green. It wasn't broken up the way I would have liked it. This field here that I'm on, that's just my grass field for this location. All I do is just let the grass grow, and then when I need to make bales, I'll mow it, ted it, throw it in the baler. Some of them I wrap for silage, some of them I just wrap up as grass. And then we have the big field back over there. And then what I'll do is, let's bring you down to the front. Sorry if you guys like first-person view on here. I'm not a huge first-person view kind of guy with this game. I don't, like I said, I use the Xbox One controller, so it's not as smooth with the turning as it is when you have the steering wheel package. Alright, so down here, this field is a field you have to purchase, right? Or yeah, this is one of the fields you can purchase. You don't have this one when you first start. Now what I've done is, as I advanced, I saved up my money, and this field here is technically two fields. There was a break right here, if you can see this little driveway cut out. Okay, so right in here, you would have the road cut right through this area over into this area, because this little garage, we'll call it, is part of the map. That's always there. So what I did was, when I purchased these two fields, I connected them together to make one big field, and then opened all this up by making the roads wider. I added this shed over here so I would have equipment out here, and then also this area right here was connected to this second field. The reason why I put this little cutout through it is because when I kept it together as one field, when you hire a worker, if the worker started his job here on this end, if it wasn't set up properly, by the time he got over here, he would either just continue on down this area and not finish this part up here, or vice versa. He would get to this part, turn, and then go up this way, and then do all the rest of the field here, and then you'd have an area missing on this side. So in order to avoid all that, I figured I'll make just this field one big gigantic field, which is awesome. You get a ton of money from that field, and then just make this a small field. And then this one over here, you can purchase this as well. I did. This side area was a little bit wider, but it was having trouble making the turns, so I cut it back a little bit. And it's just a small field, nothing special, but it gives you a good yield. So those three fields, man, if you could buy those early in the game, drop canola on those. Canola seems to be a big seller. Then you're just, you're going to be in a good situation. I've recently purchased one of my biggest fields to date right now over here. In fact, my guy's still cultivating over there. So this field right now is my biggest field, and over here I tend to go with sunflower or corn, and I'm just going to let him continue on. I should get a bigger cultivator for that field, but right now I don't really plan on it just yet, but we'll get there. Down this area here, that's the town. That's where you can purchase your vehicles and pick them up, and where you can sell some of your goods. based on the market. There's a couple places that are right there in town that your market can be really good, and you'll get a good return. This is your storage area right there. Drop your crops in there for later on when you want to break them out when the price is good for it. There's a couple bee collection units. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you around just the backside of the farm. You get this field that's on my left when you start the game. And we're just going to go through here and around. That field is not mine, but it will be eventually. And we're just going to go up and around. Oop, no. Don't want to crash into you, bud. Alright, and we're just going to make our move here. Turn left. And we're going to come up here on the left side. You're going to see our pig farm. And that big water tower there is a tower I just put in not too long. Well, the last time I was playing the game, and it's when I was on every day, I put the water tower there again for the same reason as the sheep, just to have the water tower there. And that's where their food tray is on the left. They'll feed. You see how dirty it gets? That's a cleanliness percentage in your. If I go into this overview and tab over, you'll see here pigs, sheep, and cow. I have nothing in cow yet. Productivity for them right now is at 85%. The reason why that's not higher is a couple reasons. This right here, the cleanliness, I need to clean their area, get that into the full green. And then down here you see potatoes and sugar beets. I'm currently not feeding them any of that, so it does drop the percentage down. If you look at my sheep, they are at 99%. Cleanliness is way up. Water is maybe about almost 3/4, and their food is almost full. So I don't have to do anything too much with these guys right now, except for the cleanliness part. But that's why I do that. I keep everything here so I can get to it quicker than driving all over and trying to take care of it that way. This is our manure pit right there on the left, and then this one here is our slurry pit. And if we go to the back here, in this holding facility, you're going to see 4 different types. I forget what they all are. I think the bright yellow is corn. Then to the right of that is barley. I think hay is the next one, and the one in the far corner. Shoot, I even forget what that was. But you can put whatever you want there. You can fill it all with just one product if you want, or you can, fill it like I did with all the ones. I fill it with what I would need to feed them with, and for the hay, so that they have their bedding. Alright? Now, what we're going to do is we're going to head out here. If you look there on the right hand side, there's a silage plant. And that is also a very good money maker for early in the game. Well, so silage won't make you as much as it did in the old version of the game in 15. Silage is like off the chain in the 2015 version of it. This one they've brought it down a little bit, but it's still a good way to make money. It's very long, very tedious process, but essentially what you do is you fill these rows up with cut grass. And if you notice in the top left of your screen, there's a window that opened up when I went on the grass, and you'll see where it'll say compacting 100%. So as you fill this, when you drive over it, it will compact it down. And when you hit 100%, you will hit you'll go up to, oh my, is it looking? You'll go up to the grass, and I believe you have to be out of your vehicle to do it. And then you'll go up to it, you'll hit a button, and it'll cover it with that white tarp like this one has. And that'll sit there for several days fermenting, and then it'll turn into silage. The silage is this dark brown piece right here. And then what you will do is you will get a bucket, put it on your front end loader or your tractor. I'll show you right here real quick. Let's go ahead here and attach. Back this up. Sorry, let me zoom in. And you'll bring this down. And we're just going to go and we're going to fill this up and bring it down a little bit more. And you see how that bucket fills up. On the lower right side, you'll see near my speed, it says 1,857. And then basically just bring it over here, raise it up above the lid, and drop it in. And you'll see my number at the top. I got 817 for that one bucket. Now, for whatever reason, I haven't been able to find a bigger bucket. I'm thinking when I buy my front end loader, especially tractor, that will have an option for a bigger bucket, because that's going to take a very long time to empty that silage there. But you can see how much money that I'll get off of that. I mean, I haven't looked into how much that single bay gives you, but it's going to be a huge amount. So that's another way early in the game, if you want to just dedicate to silage. Like I said, it's a long process, can be tedious, but everything with farming is tedious. You're repeating the same thing over and over again, but it's fun. You see yourself advance, you see your money grow, you see a proper way to use the money, certain equipment you save up for. That makes it a lot of fun. Now this field is the field that I bought to supply the grass to turn it into silage. This was the closest one that I could purchase at the time, and basically since I've filled up all those bays, I haven't really put anything here to continue that process yet. I have my baler right there filled up. I have fertilizer tanks, and basically I would just take care of this field and bring over all the grass clippings and just let it build up until I can get it to ferment, and then that would be it. So that's my farm. I've made, like I said, a lot of modifications to it, added my own little touch, and pretty much, it's just, that's where we're at with everything. I have more modifications I want to make. Right now it's just been about building up my silos, filling them up completely, and just getting my money up higher and higher so that I can just go ahead and take care of getting the equipment that I want to get. Because once you get into the bigger equipment, I mean, you're talking, one vehicle can run you $200,000, $300,000, so you'll go through that million in no time. So, what's up? Sunburns? Right on. Okay. Sure can. Alright guys, well, that's going to be it for now. I'm going to put this video up, and I'll get back and do another one. You guys take care. Appreciate it. Have a great one. Remember, please like and subscribe, and I will go start doing some more with Farming Simulator as well. Please leave any comments, any questions, thoughts, or ideas. I thank you very much. Take care.